And we're back with another day of 7 Days to Die. Day 38. Um, we took down military bases yesterday. Had a couple of deaths. Added a little excitement to the day. Something I'm not thrilled about because I hate dying in this game. But it does happen, I guess. And today we're going to go take down the other military base that we didn't get to because of the bear attack. First thing I want to do is, let's see, what's this look like? Yeah, this will go quick. So we'll get these in here. First thing I want to do is go do some quick farming this morning. Nothing major. We're down to 170 wellness. God, we were pushing 200 yesterday. That's irritating. What's this look like? Doesn't even need that much. I'll just do that. You know what? We're not even going to put that in there. Actually, we'll put our extras. It's a little bit of overkill even, but that's okay. We got wood to burn, literally. Okay, so let's go ahead and eat. We got to clean up those corpses outside from the wandering horde yesterday. Anything in here need to go over to the... Yeah, that doesn't really have to go, though. Okay, good. Let's go. It's 4. It's morning. What's our pistol skill up to? I'm kind of curious. We did some shooting yesterday. Still 2? We gotta work on that. Barter's getting there. We need 3 more points of barter for the next level of secret stash, which is cool. That's coming along nicely. Oh, I think we finally just got mushrooms. We did. Finally. We're not going to mess with that just yet because they kind of take freaking forever to turn over because we have such short nights. Like, it's weird. They need daylight, but they grow at night. And by the way, it looks like we killed about half of that horde. And our bird's nests have repopped, which is cool. I'm going to have to look to see when it was we looted the crack-a-bug. And see if... I'd like to check just to see if there's any... anything that can go in the ground or should. No. Okay. Yeah, it was like in the second week, I think, when we looted the crack-a-bug. Kind of want to let this whole town respawn before going over it again. We still got to strip everything down, get all the electronic parts and mechanical parts and all that stuff. Hey, need more stuff. Yeah, I know. I had a little sidetrack I had to deal with. My apologies. I need to start saying like 30 minutes. I had to just as, not that it matters, but just as for the sake of conversation, I vape, and my coil got muddy on me and just was kind of gross, so I decided to go ahead and change it. So mushroom spores are cool. And we're just going to turn these over real fast. I'm not going to do the whole major farming thing. I just want to get these fields filled out. Check out our beautiful, beautiful hops plants. Well, I appreciate it. Needs more stuff. Welcome back yourself. We're just gonna do 96 of these because we need space for the hops. actually. I think what I'm going to do... Yeah, no, we'll wait on that. Oh, come on, damn it. Excellent. Okay, so now let's figure out where we are as far as this other military base goes. It's like kind of right in here someplace. I think that's... no, that's not it. Is it there? No, that's that Forge house we saw. That's it. That's it right there. Okay, so basically west southwest. Yeah, yeah, that's it. I see it on the thing. Okay. Coolies. Oh yeah, here I'll show you. Juiceaholic, welcome back. By the way, when I farm, I lay out. I try to do it. That's why I like settling around towns, not just because of the PUIs, but because you get all this flat ground, so you don't have to spend a lot of time digging and terracing, which you will do out in the wild. Even if a piece of ground looks flat, like I guaranteed you're gonna wind up having to like do a lot of like digging and filling and um uh but even on flat ground, you see how it's kind of see how it's kind of dented. It's like it's usually got like some kind of a like a it's just it generates like not quite a block. So here, see like see that? See how it's kind of sunk in? So what I'll do when I lay out my farm plots, I do them in 10 by 10. It just makes it easy to count out how many seeds you're going to do. I'll do a full 10 by 10 square of frames, and that flattens everything out, makes sure all the stones and plants are gone, and then it knocks out all the plant fibers. Unless you want the plant fibers, you can go in and punch them if you want, but that's just a quick way of doing it. And then I surround the whole thing with wooden plates, and it just defines the that section of the field and just makes it and plates are a little chunky on wood. They're like 10 wood each, but wood's real easy to come by, and once you lay them down, you're good, and it makes it look nice too. So you don't get those weird edges and etc. etc. If that answers your question. I know you said never mind, but I get asked that from time to time, so I thought I'd. Did I bring beer? No, I didn't bring beer. Oh, I don't have my hammer on me. Well, I don't guess it. Well. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that's no good. The pizza sounds pretty good right now, I gotta say. Oops. Well, I hope you get to feeling better, Juiceaholic. Hey. God, these things have got to go. Okay. Does not want to give me the shotgun schematic. Or shotgun book, as it were. think I already went back there, didn't I? Yeah. That's a good question. Needs more stuff. I don't know. I assume no. Like the models? No, I don't think those are copyrighted. I don't think because I think they're multiple manufacturers of a lot of different gun types. Like like 9 millimeters. 1911s. You can get different brands of 1911s. That sort of thing. Oh, nice. Look at all these freaking bloateds. And I miss. There we go. God bless America. There we go. This is what we call potato aim. But wait, there's more. Alright. That'll come with us. That will. Basically all the ammo. Just make sure that can come with us. like that. Doesn't really matter. Like that. Okay. Well, that's military base number 3. And it's 11 a.m. I'm not sure what we're gonna do today. Actually, you know what I think I will do today. Speaking of mini bikes in our last in our mini bike conversation in our last stream, I could handle wrenching some cars. There's still a bunch around town in a few places. Kind of see where we're at with like engines, batteries, that sort of thing. Because there's not a whole lot of time to really get into anything before we got to be in. I mean, there's, a few hours. Enough, but... And I think we're going to get back to building tomorrow. So it'd be kind of nice to be outdoors, because we're going to be underground for probably a couple days, or most of it. Yeah. Needs more stuff. Talking about your question. If you're ever curious about a trademark, I believe you can go on the U.S. Patent Office's website. They've got a searchable database in there for all active trademarks. So if you really need to know something about a trademark, you can. If somebody's got a mark copyrighted, you can look on there. And it's pretty interesting too. If you're interested in that kind of thing, it's kind of seeing how all the different, kind of how the rules work are kind of interesting, and what all people have copyrighted. It'll have old ones on there too that have expired, so you can see where like a current brand name is the same as an old product from like 100 years ago. What's it called? I don't remember offhand. It's been a few years since I did it for a little business thing I was working on. But just go to the U.S. Patent Office. I can't type in chat. I'm on a console and I'm reading chat on a tablet. It would take me 5 minutes to type anything to you. But just Google it. Just Google the U.S. Patent Office. Yeah, I think it's like just trademarks. Oops, meant to stick that in that other box. All right, let's start. I think I pretty much got. Let's just start on one end of town and work our way around. Just make sure we got them all. Yeah, see, like over here. I thought I got these, but I did not. It's all respawn. That's cool. We're not dealing with it right now. And we'll do tires, finally. I'm so used to running past tires, I forget to get them. This particular playthrough, like, is like really doesn't want to cough up engines for some reason. I've gotten like so few engines on this particular game. It's kind of weird, really. Whoa. Yeah, I guess not. I wasn't really paying that close attention, honestly. Um, there were a bunch earlier. There were like 7 or 8 earlier, I think. But I don't know. I mean, you know, sometimes you got to do mundane things in these games, and not everybody wants to watch them, which is fine. Totally fine. My attitude on streaming is basically play your game the way you need to, and if people want to watch, great. If not, don't sweat it. Essentially. Damn it. I'm like doing stupid shit with hotkeys all day today, or with D-pad. Pardon my French. I'm gonna go up here and whack this guy. He's gonna be a constant irritant. Oops. Damnation. Got a broken leg. I'm getting bled. more exciting than a day of wrenching cars really ought to be, huh? Oh, now it's going to snow. Now it's going to snow again. Shotgun schematic and engines. Game just doesn't want to give them up. There's always something. Have you ever noticed that? Like there'll just be one or two items that that the game just doesn't want to cough up, and then it'll completely change on the next one. I mean, I've gotten engines, but they've all been like really bad ones, and I don't get that many. I get I get some, but not. The number of cars I've wrenched, I think we probably have about a dozen or so, and I think it's like probably about half that, maybe a little more. I'm gonna wait on that. There's one. That's halfway decent, I guess. I think there are a couple cars down there, but I think I got them already, actually, come to think of it. Oh, you know where there's one? Actually, I don't. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, they're in that trash area. I'm not dealing with it. Okay. Yeah, I think there's some up on this couple up on these paths up here. I'll just double check because it was snowing before. Yeah, we got all that. And I think there are a couple out here by the trader. I think. I could be wrong, but we've got a few minutes to see. Thank you. Cool. Well, I guess that's pretty much all the cars from around town. Let's see how much space I gave myself. Oh, that's great. I got plenty of room. Guess I could make one more load since we got time. See if we get our wandering horde again today. 5 minutes before the sun goes down. If we ever got the shotgun book, we could probably put a couple really good ones together. I've heard actually I've used the short the sawed off shotgun. It's not very good, but I've heard the slugs are awesome, and I've got the uh, recipe for slugs. Hey, what's up, Russell? What base should I build? Yeah, I told you last night, man. Just build it. It's your first time. Just build a simple pillar base. It's like a rite of passage. It's almost like you're required to build a pillar base the first time you build a base. My first like six, maybe even more than that, were all pillar bases. Check out go on YouTube and look up Grand Grand Spartan. Hey, what's up, Open Range? Check out Grand Spartan. He's got all kinds of base designs. He likes pillars a lot. And look up Skippy. I forget his. It's like Skippy 6614 or something like that. But if you search on YouTube for Skippy and 7 Days to Die, you'll assuredly get to his channel in one way or another. He's got some good newbie bases. There's another guy who's got an interesting base design that I haven't tried yet, and I'm thinking it might be next. Is uh, Crackpot Texas. He's got a little pole based design where you use uh, wedge tips at the bottom, and it keeps them from hitting the poles, and like you don't have like you have to kill everything yourself, but there's nothing. Yeah, that's it. It's like Skippy O3 something. Or like really needs more stuff. Grand Spartan is a friend of yours in real life. Yeah, yeah. Crackpot also did a series on he's got a whole playlist of console seeds, which is awesome. Like I haven't used any of them because I like to do random gen, but it was cool going in and seeing some of those seeds, and I might yeah, no, he his are on Xbox, but it translates. I think our terrain generation or map generation is the same on both consoles actually. But it's pretty great if you just don't feel like doing the whole random RNG lottery and on a map seed you can go find a really good one. He's got some towns on there that people sent to him that have like like a dozen towns on it, or some maps that have a dozen towns on it, like a hub, a couple mini hubs, and like another 10 towns, stuff like that. So if you're ever shopping for map seeds for console, Crackpot Texas is the place to go on YouTube for sure. But for bases, check out Grand Spartan and check out Skippy, and like give yourself some time. Don't be expecting to go into it like in 10 minutes later know what base you're going to build, because it's not that simple. You need to go in and like see what these guys did, and then kind of figure out what you want to do and kind of modify it based on what you think. That's what it's all about. That's how I started building bases. Like I'd see what other people do, but I've never exact copied anybody. Although my horde base on this was an exact copy of Jerwa's stuff, but it got to that way because my original design didn't really work that well, and I had the same size shaft that he did on his, so I just kind of converted it, and his works better, so I use his for this. But yeah, no, Skippy's really good for getting started. Russ Lord just started the game this week. He was having some trouble getting started and has worked past it and is now like to the point where he's building his first base. And that's when you go want to go watch Skippy videos, because he's gonna get your juices flowing in the right direction for your first base for sure. In my opinion. Grant Spartan does more experimental stuff, but he does a lot of pillar design. So you can kind of like go watch Skippy and then go watch a bunch of Grant Spartan stuff and see what see what kind of modifications you want to do on it, if you want to do any, that kind of thing. Do you seriously know Grant Spartan in real life needs more stuff? Fortnite reference? I couldn't tell you. I've not played Fortnite. Oh, Russ Lord. Gotcha. I'm not sure what to do now, to be honest with you. We're gonna have to start building again. I'm not gonna do it this second because we're gonna stop the stream here in a little bit, but I gotta go work out during the break. I'm gonna work out what we're gonna do for the building, because we're gonna get started back on that over the next couple of days, I think. Gotcha. That's cool. I've seen his live streams a couple of times. I think he does it on YouTube, doesn't he? His live streams. He doesn't stream on Twitch. He seems cool. I like his videos. I like his videos a lot, actually. He does some really really sweet stuff, and he seems like a pretty cool dude. He loves blueberry pie, and he makes a joke of it. He loves saying blueberry pie, and I swear every time I see blueberry pie in the game now, I say that. Yeah, who else do you guys like for base design? I'm trying to think. There are a bunch of randoms on, like, not kind of the usual suspects on YouTube that have like some really good base designs too. I'm just trying to think. Crackpot Texas is the only one that I could think of offhand, because like Needs More Stuff said, he's mostly known for his map seed stuff, but he's got this one random video that he did that's got this pretty cool little pole design. And that would be worth trying, you know. But it's not the kind of base that kills zombies for you. They're no it doesn't apparently doesn't work very well with spikes because you don't want zombies off their feet. Crawlers are kind of a problem with it, so you don't use any spikes at all. So you have to kill everything yourself, but it's just a good solid barrier if you want to do that. Trying to think of any others I could think of. But yeah, man, start searching on YouTube. Check out those three that we mentioned. Um, I'd start with Skippy personally, because Skippy's really has a lot of instructional stuff, and he plays both console and PC, and he likes to he does videos for both also. So, you know, you're not gonna have to kind of like figure out, you know, what's good for console, or if that video is particularly just for like, you know, PC, if he's using electrical stuff or traps and stuff that we don't have. And he just likes to be kind of instructional on there, and it's good. In fact, I'm pretty sure my early bases were all based on like Skippy stuff to start with, like just you know, because you know, I wanted to start with something I knew worked, and then I kind of just modified from there. And also, word to the wise, don't go too big. There's a like I did this, like I started with like 9x9 bases, then I upped it to 11x11. The 9x9 worked just as well as the 11x11, and the 11x11 got a little steep on upkeep, you know, because the wider your base, the more spikes you got to put up, because there is a point where you're going to want to like extend spikes out, you know, to kind of stagger what's coming at you. Because it's just physically impossible in a solo game to like deal with an entire wave of a horde by yourself in the early stage of the game until you get guns and you can start dropping them faster. But if you're talking about like a pillar-based situation where you're trying to melee through pillars, you know, it's just, you know, on that 11x11 base, I lost blocks a couple of times, and it was a little bit of a heart attack. At the time, you know, so don't create too big of a structure that's hard to defend while the horde's going on, and then one that's gonna like be like constant maintenance. Because the bigger you go, the more maintenance it's gonna be. Because guaranteed, every wandering horde that shows up, like when you're standing around outside the base, is gonna beeline right for your base and thrash up everything you have over there. So you know, it's just more to repair. You know, and then the more you have to repair, the more materials you have to get to replace it. So do yourself a favor and don't go too big. You know, 7x7 would probably work for most designs. I think that's a little small. It just feels small and kind of sucks, especially if you're going to build up. You know, now if you build down for your base, like where you're going to put your forges and all that stuff, you know, it doesn't really matter because you can just build out from the basement area. So that's not such a big deal. But if you're going to build up, you know, I definitely probably wouldn't go 7x7. I would go at least 9x9. And I would try to resist the temptation to go beyond that. And certainly I really wouldn't recommend in a solo game going beyond 11x11. But that's just me, you know. There was a guy that started around the same time I did, and we hooked up on the Reddit, and he had a multiplayer game going. He invited me into his game. He did a pretty cool one. It was way big. It was like probably, I think it was like 21x21, maybe 23x23, something like that. and he had like a 10 block drop, like on like kind of made a moat all the way around it, but he didn't fill it with water. It was a drop, and then the whole foundation was pillars, and that was his horde night area under there. And then at ground level, was just basically like, a fortress type house, and then he had like 2 or 3 floors going up from there, and he had like a little porch with like some crops growing in it, and he had drawbridges, or a drawbridge, so he could drive his mini bike right into the base and then close the drawbridge behind him. And it was really sweet. He did a really good job with it. He did a really good job with interior rooms that I'm not particularly, great with. Mine all turn out boxy, and I'm not particularly wonderful with like planning ahead for stairwells and things like that, which I'm kind of working on. But his was sweet. He had a little central stairwell and some like 3 nice big rooms on the second or third floor. Then he had a little workroom in the basement, kind of like off, like kind of in the center, and then his horde area on the outside of that. But being 20, like whatever it was, 21 by 21 or 23 by 23, he said it was like he's like half his week was maintenance, basically. He said the thing was constantly getting thrashed up, and what wandering hordes didn't do, he had, because he was so close to the surface with all of his tools and everything, his forges and stuff. He was like, he said all day, every day, it was constant screamers. It's coming, man. It's coming. We're gonna build a garage next. Well, not immediately next, but like that lobby area up top. I'm gonna get that finished out, and the whole entranceway, so it actually doesn't look like a bunch of frames when we come in. And then I'm gonna build the garage off of that. When that is done, I will build the mini bike. I want to get some more parts together though. I want to have a good engine for it. I think we're probably set. We'll probably have 600 tires on it. I know, right? I know. It's like it doesn't fit with anything else, and yeah, it is all odd numbers. It's weird, and actually, here's another one for you, Russ Lord. Look up. I think it's CAPP00. I think, is it? Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong on that. I think that's what it is, or it's just CAP00. He's real big on instructional videos, and he doesn't do like that I've seen. I don't think he doesn't do like whole bases necessarily, but he'll do like little parts of them, like little things you can try out. And one I saw that he did like a mini bike garage under a house he had fortified, and he pointed out, needs more stuff, reminded me of this. He pointed out that like he wanted to put garage doors at the base of it, behind it, so you could like drive down, then have garage doors. So you have the drawbridge covering the ramp. You open the drawbridge, you drive down, close the drawbridge, and then open garage doors. Well, it's apparently all different sizes. Like garage doors are like what, 5 wide or something. He said or 3 wide, and it's all off. Yeah, I may do that in this game. Actually, needs more stuff because I'm pretty much hiding out at Bedrock here, and it's fine. I kind of wouldn't mind having like just like an arena base. If I feel like killing a horde, on a Tuesday afternoon, I can do it. I can just turn on a bunch of forges. You can do the same thing with campfires. I think they're the same. They have the same heat signature on them. They do the same thing as far as heat, and you won't have to go through the expense of building a bunch of forges.